From the studios in South Florida, USA, it's time for This Week in League De Nutz with your commissioner, Matt Nuts Levine. All right, and welcome to This Week in League De Nutz. I am the commissioner, Matt Levine, as we get ready to step into week number 12. The ultimate home stretch, the playoff run, has begun. 11 weeks in the books. We see who are the men amongst the boys as we gear up for week 12 and we talk about week 11. So we'll give you some recaps, do some updating with the Meltzy, the standings, the playoff predictions, more of the where the top six would be right now if the season were to end. So your playoff preview of where things stand right now with those lucky six, the unlucky bottom six, yours truly. I'll talk about my loss as well, as we'll get into that, and then we'll talk about the week to come and preview week 12 in This Week in League De Nutz. All right. One payment in, so I want to thank the team out there that PayPal'd me. Get those payments in. Not quite halfway at the payment mark. Quicker you get the payments in, the quicker I'm able to pay the respective winner, champion, and runner-up. Speaking of champion, this is what you'll get. In addition to some shekels, right? Some cool beans, dinero, quiche. You get a nice trophy right there. I think that's Polk's or Keldar's, I can't remember. Pretty sweet looking trophy though, isn't it? That is the Nuts Cup. This is season 11. Home stretch, playoff run. It is here. So let's talk about the scoreboard and let's get right into it. Keldar, the hottest team in the league, no doubt about it. 8 straight victories, 164, 147. Keldar takes out yours truly. What can I do? But tip my cap. Not wearing a cap. 5 and 6 I fall. Keldar with that 8th straight dub. Now 9 up and 2 down. Gets the victory because of, well, not really the quarterbacks. I mean, Lamar Jackson, brilliant again, 29. I put Kirk Cousins in. Been playing musical quarterbacks. Started with Baker. Went to Cousins. Went to Danny Dimes. Danny Dimes on bye. Went back to Cousins. 33. Wide receivers. Excuse me. Keldar. Well, he gets 40 from Diggs, who's been magnificent. This guy just earning his dinero. And hard to imagine, right? Early in the season, he asked for a trade. Gets the 40. Samuel Juju, who gets hurt. Juju, 2 injuries. Concussion knee. He gets bounced early. So those 2 guys, they combine for 12. For yours truly on the receiving front, my Bourne, Renfro, Keenan Allen, Hollywood Brown, I made do, right? You know what? They did okay. I got to admit. I had all those Giants receivers out. Shepard's been concussed forever. Slayton's been great. Golden Tate, been great. Those 2 guys on bye, as well as Danny Dimes. Saquon, not so great. But anyway, my receivers, as I plug in Renfro and Bourne off the waiver wire, go for 51. Those 4. So I competed. Tight ends, not too shabby. Got the kid Fant off of Noah Fant off of Denver, 10 points. Andrews has been a beast, 17 for the Ravens. So I hung in there. Intangibles, a little bit of a difference with your defensive player, your kicker, and your defensive unit. Keldy goes for 25. That Oakland defense has been terrific. 13. Jamal Adams, I love him. 10 points. Not against the Giants, but against everyone else. He's just a solid player, like an offensive player on defense every week. chips in with 10 points. I had 19 with the intangibles. But where the difference was the running backs, Keldy, Chubb, Fournette, and White. 49 points for those three. Yours truly, Gordon and Ingram, 33 points. So that's the difference right there, the running backs. Keldy. There you go. So Keldy gets the victory. I tip my cap in the league email. Tip my cap online. Is it good enough for Keldy? I don't know. I don't really care. Anyway, Loopies. Crushes Skills. 142. 106. Loopy, you know? I give him credit because he's 6-5. Skills 7-4 has had a good year. And Loopies has had the wherewithal to stay with this dude right here. Josh Allen, I think, is just getting better and better every week. I know he did against the Dolphins last week. But I'm starting to like him. And Loopies starting to get dividends paid for sticking with Allen. 3 touchdown passes, a run for a score, 39 points against Brady's 8 points for Skills against Philly. Brady almost looking like a regular quarterback. An aging regular quarterback. I wouldn't doubt TB12 just yet. Stretch time coming in real football like fantasy football, right? Some duds for Skills. Sanu, 2 points. Cooper Kupp, who's been fabulous, only 9 points. And Loopy, meanwhile, Gurley, a Gurley sighting, 19 points. Drake's been solid since that trade from down here in Miami area. 2, Arizona, 13 points again. So there you have it for Loopies with the victory. Okay, we move on. Polk High School in the other sibling bowl, brother bowl. First one was mine against Keldar. Polk High School, 6-5, taking on his bro. AB's painted helmet. And this is the shellacking of the year, maybe of the century. 192-65, Will Bundy. How about Polk High School with the victory and then some? Tripled them up, just about, right? AB's hammered by the bye, I know that. You had your Seattle slew. Metcalf, Carson, Wilson, no go. Goose eggs, though, all the way around. By default, Tyreek Hill plays, hurts the hammy, out in Mexico City in the first quarter. Demarcus Robinson, his teammate, bagel 0. Jack Doyle, interesting, was the man. Ebron that came along. He's half the man, and he was no man last week with the goose egg. And Deshaun, he's usually so steady at quarterback, only 3 points in that loss to Baltimore for AB's painted helmet. So they get crushed. Polk, meanwhile, 7 players in doubles. Dak, again, 24 leads the way. Steady Eddie at the quarterback, really leading the way, though. Michael Thomas, that guy's awesome. You know, every week I've been touching on the MVP. I had Watson a few weeks ago, had Lamar last week. The more I see of Thomas this season, especially with Breeze back in tow, the more I'm thinking he may be capable of an MVP as well. He averages 30 points a game, 8 catches, 114 yards, 1 touchdown. Breeze and company over Tampa Bay. All right, so they get the win there, 192-65, and I guess it's as good a time as any to roll up the race for the Meltzy. That's 65, the lowest of the year. Week 4, we had Polk, and Pop, Drop, and Lock. They tied for 104. So, and 1 tie this year for the Meltzy, and that's 65. Ouch. Right now, though, it's no friggin' luck. 3 of them. AB's hanging in there. He's got 2. Pop with 2. Dings down with 2. So it's really a 1-team race in first, 3-team race in second, pulling up the rear. So it's wide open. It really is, as we hit the home stretch. Trophy still to be determined for that. Had a few weeks ago that just kind of showed you some pictures, got some ideas, brainstormed. See what happens with the Meltzy Trophy. Let's move on with the scores. Dingstown over Pop, Drop, and Lock. I think everyone wants to play Pop, Drop, and Lock this season. Defending champ, a season to forget, is always next year. 1-10, loses 189-96. Escaped the Melty, though. Dings 5-6, alive and well. First in Shoreham Drive East, as they pick up the victory. Dings led by their big 3. Sam Darnold gets the job done, you know. Starting to become a Sam Darnold believer, ghosts and all. So he starts Darnold over Goff, no problem. Sam goes for 33. Goff's on the bench against the Bears with 4. Sam rocking and rolling against the Redskins. 4 Pop, Drop, and Lock. Wentz, only 14 points at quarterback. By the way, Sam, 4 touchdowns, 293 yards. You see him there. Turn up the Redskins. I think I can throw some darts and complete a few passes against the Redskins. Maybe not. Dingstown, though. How about Deebo Samuel? 33 points. John Brown, one of those home run hitters. Coming through, though, more often than not with Josh Allen. 48 points. 4 Pop, Drop, and Lock. A couple of duds. Zach Pascal last week was a dud. 10 points, I think, last week. Again with 10. Ertz and Greg Olson. Been starting these 2 all year. Really had no choice. And they combined for 24 points. They've kind of been disappointing. So that's the deal last week. Pop, Drop, and Lock rolled by Dings. NFL, no friggin' luck. Getting luckier of late. 3 straight wins for the rookie over the one-time proud champion Smash, who at one time had a 5-game win streak. A little bit ice cold of late. Excuse me. I hate when you start this. There's just something in your throat. Smash 7-4. Now, no friggin' luck. 90 points between Breeze, Randall Cobb, and Cortland Sutton. Breeze 3 touchdowns against Tampa Bay. No interceptions. That was the key right there. Their big 3. Smash, Jacoby Brissett 16. But the 4 wide receivers, Odell, Crowder, A-Rob, Robbie Anderson on the Jets, they combined for 50. Not a good day for the receivers. So no friggin' luck, picking up a nice win there, 5-6, still alive and well, game back in their division. Smash, meanwhile, looking well for the playoffs, as we'll get you that playoff preview, or at least what it looks like right now with the top 6 seeds. Game of the week, and we'll do that in a moment after this one. This is the last summary to give you. It was Ozone clipping Yonkers 164-161. Ozone, Mahomes, Kamara, Cooper. That's the big 3. They combined for 43, but Devontae Adams 32, Gallup 35. How about that? Intangibles. San Francisco part of 23-point effort between the defensive player, kicker, and defensive unit. That San Fran D has been great. 11 points. Yonkers, Kyle Allen, a dud, 10 points. Their intangibles, not so good. Houston kicker, 0. Only 10 points. Yonkers, though, continues to get big play from McCaffrey and Shark. Now, if he can get the playoffs, that's his dynamic duo right there with Aaron Rodgers. You've got your big 3, and you've got 2 outstanding offensive players that can shred any defense on any given Sunday. So in a close one there, again, Ozone, the rookie over the grizzled vet, and one of the original members of League De Nutz, Yonkers, by 3. 5-6 Ozone, second in his division. 22 points out of first place behind Dingalings. How about that? Yonkers second, the Haganah 6-5. So that takes care of the scoreboard for week 1. If things ended today, it would look like this. Keldar would be the top seed. Smash U would get the second with the bye. Those two guys, number 1 and 2 respectively. Then you get your third with Polk would win Furley Roper, get in there as a division winner. Would take on Yonkers at El Haganah, would get the last seed, 3 versus 6. And you see Skills, that kills, would get the 5th seed. And Dingstown, Suck for Sam, would win Shoreham Drive with the 4th seed. But we have time left in this season, don't we? So that's if, being the operative word, things were to end today, how the playoffs would look. We got a lot done so far. Let's preview the week ahead. But let's tell you this first. Let's give you your warning, right? Just your courtesy. Buys this week. Minnesota Vikings, Arizona Cardinals, Kansas City Chiefs, and the Los Angeles Chargers. Those are your teams that are going to be on bye, so take note of that. And make sure that you plan accordingly. All right. Let's preview what's going to go on for the week ahead. So get my notes out. Oh, by the way, the point count. I'll probably go over this in the week ahead, but I just saw it. The point count is really close to between the 1 and 2. Top seed right now. Top points scored in the league. Smash leads Keldy by 1 point, 1,817. Keldy, 1,816. Skills, 1 of 2 players with 1,700 plus points with Yonkers and then Loopies. Just below 1,700 points with 1,667. Those are your top 5 points leaders, as we'll get into the preview, and we'll tell you where things stand in the standings and with the points and whatnot. So first one I'm going to go over. You got ABs taking on NFL. Talked about No Friggin' Luck. Well, No Friggin' Luck may want to swap names with ABs. Because AB's painted helmet, mind you, they get all those Seattle Seahawks on bye last week. Only score 65 points. The week before, 164 tie. They go to the bench. And they lose, I think, to Smash U. Memory serves correct. Doesn't always serve correct. So this one, you got a 2-point favorite with the rookie No Friggin' Luck. Quarterback matchup here, pretty good. Love these two guys. Small in height, but big in heart, and even bigger resumes behind them as Super Bowl champs, and they both will one day wear gold jackets and go to Canton. So it's Breeze against Wilson. Breeze is going to take on Carolina. Wilson, for ABs, will be in action against Philly. Love the matchup for Breeze. Usually a shootout. Those NFC South teams. Wilson, a tough one against Philly. But I can see him managing to get points. So I think a big part of this one will certainly be the quarterback in Furley Roper, NFL, a game back second for the rookie. Put together 3 straight weeks of Meltzies. We're struggling, has certainly rallied. 3 straight wins. AB struggling, as I mentioned. They've had no friggin' luck themselves. 2 straight losses. 2 games back. 3rd in Furley Roper. Not impossible. The season is on the line this week. So, at NFL as a 2-point favorite, It's one of those games, you know? Once in a while, no friggin' luck. Who had no friggin' luck, got some luck. AB's had no friggin' luck. I think they get some luck. I think they upset the rookie. AB's over no friggin' luck in a close one. I'll take them as a dog in -2. A +2. Ozone taking on Pop, Drop, and Lockett. Talk about no friggin' luck. The champ. Oof. Cut down in League De Nutz. Just hammered this year. 1-10 once again. 30-point favorites, though, over Ozone. 5-6 for the zone. Rookie year, not too bad. Started 3-0. Talking lots of schnizzle. It's quieted. Shh. Welcome to League De Nutz. Of late. Makes the playoffs, that may change. Got Mahomes back. That helped last week, but loses him this week because of the bye. What's he do at quarterback right now? Trubisky is on the roster. Wide receiver, he's got some questions there as well. No Mike Williams. Los Angeles Chargers is out with the bye. Second and Shoreham Drive East, I mentioned before, only like 20, 22 points out of first. So this is a pivotal week again. Right now, Ozone does not want to go on life support. They need the win against a team that's been very beatable. For Pop, Drop, and Lockett, that Ertz, Olsen, tight end combo, I've talked about it, really has never erupted. Wentz, either is he. I mean, he's been steady with 20 points a game. Ertz has been steady with 13. Olsen's getting older. But you got 3 players there that I think are extremely due. You got questions for Ozone because of the bye. Once he gets Mahomes healthy, hinders him with the bye week. So you got that 30-point favorite. I do think Pop, Drop, and Lockett will cover. They are as due for a win as anyone has been in League De Nutz history, and this is defending champion. I think he gets the victory over the rookie. With last year's rookie who turned champion, who turned chump this year. Record tells the story. So I like Pop, Drop, and Lock to win. Ozone probably to cover with the 30, though. Keldar, riding the hot streak. Sizzling. I mean, he's got Lamar, he's got Chubb, he's got Fournette. He's got a shot with those big 3. No Juju. No Diggs. Boyd and Samuel, pardon me. Going to be called on for big roles for Keldar. He's going to be depending on them. Meanwhile, Darnold, we talked about him before. For some reason I like him. For Dingstown, who's a 1-point favorite. They're 5-6. Fighting to stay in first in Shoreham Drive. Keldar's got things in cruise control at 9-2 in the Haganah. Big lead. As I mentioned before, second in points scored. 1 behind Smash, the leader. John Brown, Evans, love those 2. For Smash, for Dinglings, pardon me, I'm sorry. So we've got some home run hitters. Got an interesting game right here. You know, Keldar with that run game, as I mentioned.
Brady, who's 30 out of 38.
White.
Make it 31 and 39. To White. White tiptoeing around traffic. Brady, who's 30 out of 38. Make it 31 and 39.
Jackson. Formidable running. As good as a running team as you've had, really, in League De Nutz, ever that I can think of, on any given Sunday. But with that said, I've been saying this, though. Keldar's due to cool off. The other thing to mention here, there's one thing I will tell you. It didn't happen last year. Pop, Drop, and Lockett, which was Lights Kamara action. The rookie, they went on a run. That was just unprecedented. It reeled off like double-digit wins. and got hot. But I saw with Polk, it was last year, that started off hot and then cooled down. The year before that, I think it was Smash. So I've seen it before. Get too hot and you fade out, or you're just due for a loss. I think Keldar's due. I think this is going to be a great matchup. It's going to be very interesting. But I have a feeling in the end, Evans comes through with a big game, and the receivers for Dingstown will outdo those running backs and the quarterback who can do it all for Keldar. So I'm going to take Dingstown with the 1 point and the victory. Polk High School. Yep, you got some great quarterback matchups here. We got Dak. He'll go against New England, against Allen, who I talked about before, against the Denver Broncos. That's juicy right there. 6-5 Polk, first in Frilly Roper. Get the third seed in the playoffs right now. 2-point favorite over the Loopster, 6-5. Loopster right now on the outside looking in would be the 7th team in the standings. I'm 8th. You know how you feel. Loopy 5th in points, 1,667. I've mentioned that before. Michael Thomas. Well, talked about him.
Kamara starts
Anytime you got Thomas, you got a chance to win. Especially with Drew Brees.
He's gone. Touchdown, Saints.
And with that being said, I like the firepower in this one with Polk. I think Polk goes on to victory in a close one. Knocks Loopy out this Sunday. That's going to be a good one. Skills that kills. 7-4, taking on 7-4 Smash, who's a 23-point favorite. Skills won in week 2, 233 to 177. Thanks to Travis Kelce, main man in that game for Skills, 35 points. Smash, well, going into this game, I kind of looked at the roster, said to myself, where does Smash do? Who's the guy that's going to erupt? And really hasn't erupted, at least since week 2 when he scored 45 against the Jets. Averaging 15, will take on the Miami Dolphins. And this guy will spell doom for the Dolphins. And will be all smiles for Smash. Odell Beckham Jr. Probably could catch 2 footballs at once, maybe even 3 or 4. For all that you get off the field with him, there's the makings of just a Hall of Fame dynamite football player who is due to erupt like a ticking time bomb. So I think that's what happens this week for Smash. I think Odell goes off. Gets the victory. Favored by 23, maybe closer than that, so I can give Skills the points, but Smash the W. Finally, you got a Haganah battle, don't you? The Nutztown Destroyers 5-6. Am I done? No. I feel like I'm done? A little bit. I'm not giving up. I have not thrown in the towel. Yonkers a 40-point favorite. All right. 6-5 for Yonkers, feeling good about himself. He is on special assignment. And by the way, I was going to have a guest tonight. AB's Painted Helmet did volunteer to come on. We're going to get him on in the playoffs for a preview. He'll join me, co-host. The League De Nutz 11th annual special preview show for the Nuts Cup. What's so special about it? I don't know. If he joins, it's special. He was on deck, ready to go. The thing is, I got to play with the feedback. I've got one issue when I had Yonkers on before. I get incredible feedback. And while things go on the air smoothly, I don't want to tinker with it. Last time I had Yonkers, started tinkering with it and muted it in some spots. I got to perfect that. So I put AB's helmet back on the taxi squad. Told him to practice on the playbook. We'll come back strong. But he did volunteer. I like that. So anyways, Nuts and Yonkers. Again, Yonkers a 40-point favorite. Nuts beat Yonkers in week 3 by 26. Well, Well, in this one, I can tell you this much. I'm going to rely on some New York Giants. My team is like the New York Giants. Going probably nowhere. I said I'm not quitting, but hey, the record is, what the record is. Bill Parcells had a quote, right? You are what your record is. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing. And that's what I am. Danny Dimes at quarterback. The other Giants will come back. Saquon as well. I'm thinking about if, I know Thielen's gone. That's really hurt me this year. Saquon, I regret taking him, number one. I thought about taking DeAndre Hopkins, number one. I wish I would have. Averaging 20 points a game for Loopies. Love DeAndre. Saquon hasn't lived up to his top billing. It's a little bit of a sophomore slump, an injury. We get it. Anyway, thinking if T.Y. Hilton is injured, I'm going all Giants. I'll go with Danny Dimes at quarterback. I'll have Saquon. Slayton, Golden Tate are in the lineup right now. And I'd throw in Shepard, who is supposed to clear concussion protocol. How about that? Anyway, was it good enough to beat Yonkers? I don't know. Yonkers has got Rodgers. He'll take on San Francisco. You got McCaffrey in there. You got Jeffrey for the Eagles. Shark, who I mentioned before. You got some formidable home run hitters with one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time that has plenty of fantasy juice left. Gas in the tank with Rodgers. So Yonkers is going to be a big task for me to beat him. I know that. But I'll say this. I'll cover. I'm going to cover the 40 and make it tough. Good luck, Yonkers. I'm coming for you. Not giving up yet. I suggest no one out there give up. Why should you give up? We still got 3 more weeks to go as we go 1 extra week in League De Nutz for 2019. So anything could happen. We don't know. Very, very easy for any team out there to have your season turned upside down. We've seen it before, injuries, right? Team gets whacked. All of a sudden, guys cool off. We'll see with the parity in the NFL right now, how many teams are going to rest their big players. There are a lot of close races, so it may be different coming down the home stretch. You always worry about that when there are divisions that are blowing. You got the first team in first place blowing it out. And they have a huge lead, and they start resting their starters for the postseason down the home stretch. Well, you got a lot of close playoff races in the AFC and NFC, respectively. So it should be fun is what I'm getting at. Again, the buys: Minnesota, Arizona, Kansas City, and the Los Angeles Chargers, who I think should just become the London Chargers. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I've got for you. As we gear up for Week 12, 11 in the books, set those lineups, get the money in, enjoy the home stretch. I wish everyone the best of luck. That's all I got again in this week in League De Nutz. Till next week, I'm Matt Levine, the commissioner, saying so long.